Seth Brockway and Mrs. Jamie Daigle. Mr. Tyler Barrett and Miss Sherry Abwell. Mr. Garrison Bear and Mrs. Kelly Redmond. And her best man and matron of honor, Mr. Scott Street and Tori Jones. And for our most distinguished guest tonight, for the second time ever, Mr. and Mrs. Mark Street.
Hey everybody, we're going to have a couple toasts real quick before the cutting of the cake. Really glad you guys can be here. I've got just a few things to say. Can you hold this? Yeah. Webster's Dictionary defines marriage. Mark, I'm really glad that you and Jesse can be here. I do have a speech. You're both my brother and my best friend, and that we've been living in different cities the past 3 years. We still talk on the phone like maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a week. That might be under-exaggerated probably. So Jesse, you gotta put up with that. I'm probably still gonna call him a lot. So I was trying to think of a few good memories for this speech. And it's really hard to narrow it down when you live with somebody for 23 years. But some of them that came to mind was like building Legos together when we were young, and also when we were adults. When we played video games when we were younger, there's a game called Sonic the Hedgehog. I let him be Tails, which is the second best character in the game. It's very nice of me. We did karate together, which we were really great at, right, Mark? also like to make goofy home videos, such as 00 agent James Blonde. We had so many memories from church, youth group, church camp, endless memories from Boy Scouts. One that I remember particularly was your first camp out. I don't know if you remember this.
Oh, I do.
It was probably one of the worst weather conditions that night. It rained so hard, flooded everybody's tents. Apparently, Mark, you almost drowned or something. I don't know. Tyler claims he saved me multiple times. I don't believe it. Not every time, no. And there was some older scout that told you to mix some orange juice mix with your hash browns to make cheesy hash browns. And they all had to eat it. I don't know who did it. I didn't do it. I really didn't. And there's a lot of things we share, like our love for really lame puns, inside references, jokes, and my favorite, I don't know if some of you might know about the poster. Mark knows about the poster. So a little clarification on that. When I was about to go to college, in high school, you know how colleges send out lots of, come to our school or whatever. OU sent a really cheesy poster, and I decided to just hide it in Mark's room. And then he decided to hide it in my room, and then it started escalating from there. Mark, it just kind of, we kept hiding it in different places. One of my favorites was, I was giving a chapel talk in front of OC, and Mark had the poster right there on the podium, right when I walked in. And walked up to the podium, and I saw the poster, and then I saw where Mark was in the audience, and I just gave him a nod. You got me. So you definitely took the cake on that. So there's a lot of other great memories too, like the time I accidentally chipped your tooth, the time we watched Prince Caspian. You remember that? The time he tried to drink a whole 2-liter root beer on a dare and ended up sharing some of that in my car. The countless quick trip runs that we've had together. The snowball fights we had in that green belt that was next to Anderson Elementary, which is now just more houses, sadly, and which this is a good transition because things change and things are changing now, but right now it's for the better. And of course I know I'll still have you as a brother, Mark, and I'll still hang with you. In fact, here's the cheesy line, so just be prepared. I know I'm not losing a brother, I'm gaining a sister. Jesse, I know you and Mark are really awesome together. You somehow know how to handle Mark's crazy antics and his lame puns. So, Mark, I really think you lucked out there. Honestly, I'm really excited for the both of you, and I really do pray blessings for both of you for this marriage. I'm really excited.
Hi, my name's Tori. And I don't know anybody in this room, but I'm not Jesse's sister, but I'm close enough. So we're basically sisters, if you ask me. Okay, so throughout the years that Jess and I have known each other, she has meant everything to me. There's not a memory in my childhood that doesn't include Jess. Jess and I have always been total opposites and exactly the same at the same time, which doesn't make any sense. Whether or not Jessie knows it, she's always been a person I look up to and admire. She's stuck by my side through some really bad haircuts, some really ridiculous dramatics, and so many occasions of me posting random YouTube videos of pandas and toddlers and stuff on her Facebook wall. So, Mark, if she can stick with me through that, then you're set. Jess and I used to talk about our husbands when we were kids, and marriage just always seemed so far away. At first we were talking about like Jacob and Edward from Twilight, but we got older and figured out what we really wanted. We'd post ideas for our wedding on our Pinterest board, and then we'd compare and make sure we didn't have the same thing. When Jess and I moved to separate colleges, she filled me in on the new friends that she made, and Mark just sounded like her dream guy. I'm not sure when it started, but at some point I started saying, Jess, I really like this Mark kid. I think you should date him. And I'm so thankful that I'm standing here today to celebrate my best friend marrying that Mark kid. I've spent the last few years getting to know Mark, and I couldn't pick a better guy for my best friend or a better family for her to marry into. Sorry. You are both such God-honoring and wonderful people, individually. Sorry.
You're doing good.
And I know I speak for so many when I say how excited I am for you to create a life together. My prayer for you is that you fall more in love daily and therefore fall more in love with Christ. Garrett and I will always be here to love and support you, and we are more than excited to make memories as married couples. Mark, now that you're her husband, I pass the title of Jesse's best friend to you. And I know that you will take care of this girl because there's nobody else like her. As her female best friend, I still feel obligated to say, I'm watching you. But the best part is that I know that that's not necessary because I know how much you love her. So congratulations, Mark and Jesse, on this beautiful commitment you've made to one another, and I'm so excited that you can finally delete that Pinterest board.
Robin's done. Done. It's good.
All right, now we're going to cut the cake. Who's in charge of cutting the cake? That's not me. There he is. All right, we're done.
You're fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, being we have everyone's attention, just to let you know, there's a lot of tradition that goes behind the cutting and the eating of the first piece of cake. Now, the way this works is the bride picks up the knife carefully. Her husband places his hand on top of hers. Now, the reason it's done this way, this is the last time he has the upper hand. If you are ready, go ahead and cut your cake. Very good. Now just pull that out onto that plate right there.
We're getting somewhat of a piece.
A little more practice. Now the way this works, the bride feeds her husband the first bite from the first piece of cake. So Jesse, if you'll feed Mark that first bite. Very good. And then Mark just feeds the bride the remainder of the
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the server's going to come by and start cutting up the cake. Please enjoy the cake. Some drinks.
Happy fall day.